All right, hey everybody, it's we're back with more Life and Times of George Washington, and we're still in the early part of the Revolutionary War, right around 1777-ish, and let's go ahead and talk about some of the challenges that Washington faced. As Washington commanded the Continental Army, his command was really never guaranteed, and by 1777, his authority rested on consent from Congress, and then on top of that, the consent from his officers, and then ultimately the men who could just leave their enlistments when they ended. And so doubt in Washington's ability began to travel fast in 1777. Now, some of his officers were questioning his overall caution in his command, and others believed that a different commander might fight more aggressively. And these doubts, they didn't stay private. They began to move throughout the colonies, or the states now, through different letters and through conversations, and then the political channels in the halls of the Continental Congress as well. And Washington was well aware of this. He felt it in things like the delayed support or second-guessed orders, or then whispers that began to follow the defeats of the Continental Army more closely than the successes of it. In one letter, Washington admitted the strain rather directly when he was writing. He said he was assailed by a torrent of abuse. This was an exaggeration on his part, because leadership without security meant that every decision could be used against him. And when cautiously, right, he could be called timid. If he would lose decisively, he would receive all the blame. But Washington didn't tighten down control to silence any kind of dissent. He couldn't. His authority depended on cooperation, not on just brute force. So instead, he began to narrow his focus. Let's keep the army together. Let's avoid catastrophe. Let's accept criticism as the cost of the restraint that we're practicing. And so this was the quiet risk behind his order, every order. And his command existed, but it was rather fragile. And when Washington's leadership came under question, the revolution revealed another truth, and that is that authority in a republic is never absolute. And then also, sometimes survival sometimes depends on leading without any certainty that anyone will continue to follow him.